Welcome to China in 5. China has 707 designated cities. And each week we focus on one where we decode how they engineered their success and what we can learn from that city, so as to apply to our own careers, businesses, or cities. This week we look at how a barren desert became an agricultural engine. The Wuzhong system for building an agricultural empire on sand. We are in week 22, city 22, last week. We were in Kotai, decoding the sovereign guarantee. A masterclass in concentrating wealth by controlling the license. This week, we travel to its philosophical opposite, the deserts of Ningxia. This is city number 22. Wuzhong is a hidden strategic engine. A masterclass in winning not by controlling a scarce resource, but by systematically inventing abundance where none existed. I have decoded into 3 parts, 7 things that define Wuzhong, 7 engineered actions that built its bounty, and 7 strategic insights for you to build something from nothing. Part 1. What to know about Wuzhong. Here are the 7 things that make Wuzhong. Wuzhong. 1. It sits on the precipice of China's expanding desert. Wuzhong is not just in a dry area. It is a frontline city in the battle against desertification, located on the harsh, arid fringe of the Tengger Desert. It is an active, encroaching force that has defined the city's history and identity for generations. 2. It's a crucible of China's poverty alleviation campaigns. For decades, Wuzhong was a designated target for national and regional poverty alleviation funds. Its development cannot be separated from this context. It was a laboratory for the state's most ambitious strategies to lift its poorest regions out of ecological and economic distress. 3. It's a hub for China's Hui Muslim minority. Wuzhong is a major center of Hui Muslim culture within Ningxia, an autonomous region for the Hui people. This infuses the city with a distinct cultural, architectural, and culinary identity, setting it apart from the Han-majority cities of eastern China. 4. It's an ancient garrison town on the Silk Road. Wuzhong's history is deeply tied to its role as a historical frontier garrison. It was a strategic point on the northern Silk Road routes, a place where trade, culture, and military defense intersected for centuries, building a legacy of resilience. 5. It's a living laboratory for water conservation technology. Given its extreme aridity, Wuzhong has become a national testbed for advanced water-saving irrigation systems, from drip lines to moisture-sensing technology. The city's very survival depends on its mastery of hydrological engineering. 6. It's a strategic gateway to Western China. Located in central Ningxia, Wuzhong serves as a critical transport and logistics node, connecting the more prosperous eastern parts of the province with its western reaches and beyond, positioning it as a conduit for goods, energy, and development. 7. Its new identity is the capital of desert agriculture. Wuzhong is consciously rebranding itself. It is no longer just a poor desert frontier city, but an aspiring global hub for the technology and practice of turning arid land into productive, high-yield agricultural asset. This new identity is its modern, sovereign ambition. Part 2. The 7 things Wuzhong did. A principle is just an idea without execution. Here are the 7 moves Wuzhong made to turn barren sand into a sovereign asset. 1. They conducted a ruthless barrenness audit. Wuzhong began by systematically cataloging its liabilities: arid climate, saline soil, abundant sunlight, vast empty space, and made the critical pivot of reframing each as a potential input. Sunlight became a free energy source. Sterile soil became a pest-free blank slate. Empty space became a canvas for large-scale infrastructure. 2. They imported and scaled a foreign tech stack. Wuzhong didn't invent the technology. They became masterful system integrators. They procured and scaled entire ecosystems of proven agri-tech, most notably the Dutch model of automated climate-controlled greenhouses, precision irrigation, and hydroponics, creating a controlled industrial environment in the open desert. 3. They created a public de-risking infrastructure. The city and provincial government used public funds to execute the high-risk, unglamorous foundational work, leveling sand dunes, building water conservation networks, and securing power grids. This created a de-risked plug-and-play land bank for private investors who would then build the productive greenhouses. 4. They forced an economic recalibration from staples to premium goods. Wuzhong mandated a shift in output. The goal was never to grow wheat or corn. The new system was exclusively geared towards high-margin, off-season and exotic produce cherries, blueberries, high-end vegetables directly targeting the most affluent urban markets in China. 5. They built a vertically integrated agri-stack, beyond just growing food. Wuzhong built a full-stack agricultural economy encompassing R&D for seed breeding, branded product development, processing, and agri-tourism. This ensured the city captured value at every stage, from lab to table. 6. They engineered a sovereign brand for purity and origin. Wuzhong weaponized its former weakness, marketing its produce as clean and pure precisely because it was grown in a sterile, pesticide-free desert environment. The barrenness itself became the ultimate certification of quality and safety. 7. They structured a self-reinforcing talent and capital flywheel. Initial success was used to attract more government grants and private venture capital. This investment led to more land reclamation and higher yields, which built the city's reputation as a high-tech agri-hub, subsequently attracting more elite agronomists and engineers, further accelerating the cycle of transformation. Part 3. The 7 Universal Strategic Insights. The Wuzhong Blueprint is not about farming. It's the systematics of creating abundance. Forget competing for scarce resources. Learn to manufacture them. Here are 7 principles to build your own bounty from the ground up. 1. Conduct the barrenness audit. While others compete for fertile ground, you can have the barren fields all to yourself. The real land grab isn't for what's valuable. It's for what is considered worthless. Take a ruthless inventory of your liabilities, a remote location, an underutilized team, a legacy system. 2. Build the intervention stack. You don't need to invent the future, only to assemble it. Your power comes from integrating proven, off-the-shelf technologies into a new system that solves your core constraint. Your genius is not in creation, but in configuration, transforming a constraint into a controlled, scalable system. 3. Execute the de-risking canvas. Use your initial capital, your own grants, seed funding as a strategic tool to absorb the foundational risk. Use available not for the final product, but for the high-risk foundational work, the high-cost infrastructure that others won't. Build the platform that makes others compete to build on top of it. 4. Mandate the premium recalibration. A new system must not produce an old product. The moment your new engine is operational, its first output must be a premium, high-margin offering that was previously impossible. This resets the market's perception of value. This way you escape the commodity trap from day one. 5. Architect for vertical value capture. If you only own the production, you are a commodity supplier. This isn't just vertical integration. It's building a sovereign ecosystem where you control the economics and the narrative. You must own the entire stack. The A&D, the IP, the brand, the distribution until your barren asset is the certified origin of an entire value chain. 6. Execute the constraint to credential pivot. Your deepest flaw is your ultimate brand. Don't hide it. Weaponize it. Transform it into your most powerful brand story. Authentically embed your constraint into your narrative to create an irreplicable claim of purity, resilience, or origin. This turns your scar into a medal of honor that competitors cannot fake. 7. Engineer the abundance flywheel. Don't just plan for growth, engineer inevitability. Design your early wins to be self-funding. Structure your model so that initial success doesn't just generate profit, but directly attracts the specific talent, capital, and market access needed for the next phase of scaling. Your growth should build momentum, automatically making your ascent feel inevitable. Conclusion: this is more than a case study. It is a strategic blueprint for the coalition that builds tomorrow's cities. For the policymaker, this is your framework for turning civic liabilities into economic engines. For the investor, this is your map for capitalizing on the systematic de-risking of barren assets. For the entrepreneur, this is your system for identifying and scaling the intervention stack that creates new value. One controls the game, the other builds a new one. Both are essential plays in the Sovereign's Handbook. The complete Barren to Bounty framework is now available in the Sovereign Vault. Your city, your capital, your venture. They are not defined by their starting point. They are defined by the system you install. This is city number 22. Next week, we go to Gulag, Qinghai to decode how the city ranked last in GDP uses the anchor asset strategy to secure its sovereign future. The principles are decoded. The coalition is called. The build begins. This is China in 5.